Hello and good morning. Welcome to Journal with Me. Hello, Catherine Muhammad. Great to see you here today, bright and early. Greetings to you, and thank you for joining me today on Journal with Me: Wellness and Healing Practices, Wellside Retreats. So I'm Kathy Hampton of Wellside Retreats and Wellness and Healing Practices. I provide this space on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we get together to download what is on our heart and our mind to to become more self-aware, to inspire, to gain inspiration as we practice journaling in particular. That's the main focus is journaling, but we also have included other practices that may be a form of healing for you, whether that be meditation, prayer, yoga, um, nature walking, meditations in nature, or just being still, just sitting, using our senses to gain inspiration, and it's also a form of rest. So that's what we do here in this space. We spend time in community. There are other community members who join us. And if you aren't a community member, I encourage you to be one. It's simple. Just come on Tuesday and Thursday morning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, enjoy the engagement that we have here. You can say hello in the comments, and be part of discussion. It's nothing. There's no membership fee at all. I do provide resources and an opportunity if you are so interested in gaining assistance through life coaching. I do offer that. You can see all the information in the description box below. But if this is something that you believe that you are going to like to do for yourself, please with the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notification bell. You'll be made aware of when new videos are uploaded. So, hello, my friend, my peace. How are you today? Good to see you here. I hope that you all are all having a great spring thus far. Spring rolled in March 21st. And as spring goes, it's hot and cold and windy and rainy, and until it becomes, yeah, solid summer. So you can get a mixed bag of weather, and with that, feel some kind of way, feel the emotions that come up when the weather changes, or storms, literally and figuratively, come into your environment, your space, right? So I'm gonna excuse myself for 1 minute because I did not close a window, and there's, I believe, a lot of noise going on. One moment. Okay, can do that when it's live. It's not rehearsed. Nothing is rehearsed. This is the real deal. This is me. um, Hello, Abba. Good to see you here. Greetings to you. You're back. Yay. Yay. I hope you've had great travels. And if you are still traveling and meaning that you are back here in the community, we welcome you back, and hope that you've enjoyed all that you have been doing and what you've been up to. Yeah, so it's good to have you here. Good to have everyone here. If you're seeing this in the future on replay, please let us know how you're doing, how you've been. And if it's the first time you're seeing this on replay, also let us know how you are, how you're doing, um, and what you, yeah, your take on today's journaling session. So let's get started. We check in with ourselves and with each other as we say hello to everyone. But we do spend time checking in, and checking in is taking an account of how you're doing in the present, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now. Right now, and right now becomes like, in a moment, a different time. But how are you doing in this space right now? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Um, what does your outlook look like right now? When I say that, I guess your emotions, your feelings, your how does your body feel? How does your spirit feel? Something that you don't see, but you do know that there's something inside, right? That may be feeling, hesitant, maybe feeling calm, maybe feeling upbeat, bright. And if you can't find the words for it, we say around here, what is your weather? What temperature are you? How are you doing? Is it hazy for you? Is it cloudy? Is the sunshine out? Is it feeling brisk or breezy? What about turbulent? These are all words that you can come up with that have a better description than a word that you just don't know what the emotional context to how you're feeling may be. But that might simplify it. And that's used quite often for people of all ages. But it started with being able to ask children who didn't have the vocabulary to explain how they were feeling. And adults started using that because sometimes we just don't know. We just don't know what that word will be, right? And a description that you can actually visualize is a great way of understanding how you might be feeling. Okay. So once you've, you know, um, come up with how you were doing, how you're feeling, how your body might be doing or feeling, take it a bit deeper. Let's go one step further. Why do you think you're feeling this way? Why are you feeling like sunshine? Why are you feeling a bit hazy? Or it seems a little cloudy? Or you're feeling anxious? You might even feel, I don't know, calm, peaceful. Why? Why do you think that is? We all can feel a certain way because a certain thing has happened or has had influence on us. And that may have been a holdover from, say, yesterday, right? But the reason why you're feeling this now might be because you are holding on to what happened yesterday. So those are the questions that we do when we check in with ourselves. This is a practice that you can do in the morning when you wake up. This is a thing when you first, put your feet on the ground, you stretch. But it's good to check in with yourself in the morning, but also our moods change. Our body feels different throughout the day for certain reasons. Check in with yourself middle of the day, in the late afternoon, right? You're just like, oh, I'm feeling this kind of way now. And a lot of things happen to us during the day that can change our moods, our emotions, our state of being. Yes, some things that come to you when you least expect, because change is inevitable. And change happens all the time. Moment by moment, minute by minute, hour by hour. So it can change. So, yeah, okay. So Abba says she's glad to be back from her travels. Very good, Alba. I'm glad that you are back, you're back safely, and I'm sure you have all kinds of traveling stories. I'm happy for you. Kim S., good morning to you. Great to have you here. Grand Rising, Marva says to everyone, blessings and peace. And to you too, Marva, glad to have you back. And let's see. Body is okay, Catherine says. The mind and spirit is anxious. Okay. All right. I understand that. I got that. All right. Well, let's see if we can calm our nervous systems, can bring down some of that anxiety. Hello, Crazy Horse's daughter. Good to see you here. Glad you came back today. Yeah, let's get ready to calm ourselves. If anyone is feeling a little anxious, a little, a little turbulent, um, especially if your mind and your spirit is anxious. And we have plenty of things that we can be anxious about today, in this moment. There are lots of things happening in our own individual spaces and places, but there's lots going on in this world, and a lot going on to people that we know and love and care about all throughout the world. Um, but there's a general sense of lack of understanding. Um, there's a lot going on. So if you are feeling anxious, I understand that. I've experienced some of that myself. And what I end up doing is I do sit still. I do take a walk. I do let fresh air in, right? If I can't get out at the moment, I do let fresh air in my space so I don't feel claustrophobic and closed in. But I also, um, what I also do is I write notes to myself. I try to get that out the best way I can. It doesn't happen necessarily, you know, it doesn't go away uh, necessarily quickly, but I do find a place to try to calm myself. What I do know that has worked for me is just taking really deep breaths, really deep breaths. And like right now, let's do that. Let's just inhale. Or just breathing, taking a deep breath. What we are going to do right now is get comfortable in our space. And I'm going to put my feet on the ground to ground myself. I'm going to close my eyes, sitting up straight. Okay. You can lower your gaze. You don't have to close your eyes. If you're lying in bed, that's a great space, but elongate yourself. Don't curl up. Allow your body to be supine, legs straight out in front of you, arms to the sides with your palms up or on your chest even. Breathing comfortably with your breath. No frowning, Remove the frown from your forehead. Allow the eyes not to crush, just lower your gaze or close your eyes gently. Don't allow your jaw to clench or your lips purse, right? I've been doing that a lot lately. Been what they call pursing the lips, just holding them tightly. I've had to make changes in with these new habits that cause stress to the body. My lips, my mouth has been dry and sore because I'm licking my lips, I'm pursing. I believe that's the word for it. So allowing the mouth to actually kind of stay open, the jaw unclenched, right? Settling in to your comfortable seat, or if you're lying down, be comfortable in that space. You have to put pillows under your knees. That would be great. But your head should be lying on the mattress or your yoga mat. Feeling the rise and the ebb and the flow and the rise and the of your chest, your natural breathing pattern. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths. You can do this in your own time, but when you breathe in through the nose, you can hold it at the top if you so choose, and then exhale through the mouth with a sigh or a sound. Okay, and we'll do this 3 times, 3 cleansing breaths. Inhaling through the nose. One more time, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. One last time, inhaling through the nose. Coming back to your natural breathing pattern. Allow yourself to once again feel the chest opening and then flowing downward. It's almost a cycle, a circle of breath. I invite you to set an intention for today. Maybe setting an intention of how you will relieve yourself, if at all possible, of the anxiety that you feel. Allowing yourself to take deep breaths throughout the day to calm your nervous system. Reaching out to someone who can potentially help you if you need to have some help, some assistance in some way to decrease your burden, or just if you need to talk. Invite you to not hold it in, that anxiety, that pressure, the hurt, the pain. Or just let it move away slowly if you can. Place it somewhere. You so choose to write about it, sit with it, and write about it, and then discard it. Burn the page or pages. Remove it from yourself. Discard it. Okay. Once you set your intentions for the day, you may want to whisper a word of gratitude, saying it quietly or out loud. And I invite you to open your eyes slowly and gently, raising your gaze, looking around the room, your space, the familiarity of it. Okay? And I hope that this has been a good time to release, find some peace, calm. If you choose to move forward with meditation, please continue to do so. And if not, we will open up our session of journaling. Good morning to all who've come into our virtual space. Good day to Dr. Donna. Okay. I'm going to set the timer, the insight timer, to 15 minutes. Okay. And then it'll be the Koshi chimes, which are pretty melodic, if that is a word. They have a little melody. send them. Didn't have a pen. But we'll get started, and I'll get my pen. You can get started with your journaling, meditation, prayer, uh, yoga. If you are walking in nature, using your senses for inspiration, motivation. If you're doing body movement, opening up your chest and your hips, right? As your practice, it is your practice. I will be journaling, and all that's required is paper, a pen. If you want to create through your with your paper and pen, that is also a practice of expression, downloading what is in your mind, on your heart, or in your spirit. Okay, let's get started. We'll come back with a reflection for all who care to share. Right. So our 15 minutes is now up. You've heard those chimes, they're loud. If you decide that you want to finish up something, finish your walk in peace, you can put me on mute, right? And if you are still journaling, meditating, continue to do so. This is your time. And yeah, I respect that. So, what came up for you today? What's been on your mind? And what have you been practicing? If you choose to share, that's appreciated. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I have finally decided to um, practice compartmentalizing things so that I can get uh, things that I want to get done. Really, I guess you would say that would be prioritizing things that I've put off um, for a little while. I've been doing them, but just kind of like doing it a little bit. I've been writing. Several pieces of work that I would like to publish, and I've found that there have been a lot of distractions, and I've allowed myself to get distracted. And the last 2 weeks, I have really been focused. And I think that's important, is to have focus on the things that you want to do and how you want to live. And I believe that I've had to put some things in practice in order to write and with great intention for the purpose and the reason why I want to write. I want to be published. I want to be paid for my work. I want to write in several genres. Um, and I want a stream of income to be um, to be had through my writing practice. And I've had to put away some things, not all things, but things that might distract me, um, and decide how I would incorporate those things that aren't the priority into my life, and have to kind of live out loud. I have to say to people, I have to write, I have to do this. This is important to me. But at the same time, I want to live and do different things. So it's just a matter of balancing. And I think that I really spoke to myself about that. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't judge myself. I just, said, "Come on, if this is what you want, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it, self." So, what have you been thinking about? What have you been prioritizing? What have been your distractions? Um, yeah, what have you been practicing? Last month, we had a journal with me salon and workshop on practicing setting boundaries and using the extreme word no, being able to say no. And I just put in the description box the next um, salon will be next Sunday, actually, April 27th, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a slight continuation of the theme of setting boundaries, but this is more related to relationships, that being the codependency that comes along with, um, you know, someone's expectations. And this doesn't necessarily have to be, um, someone who is trying to get one over on you for long periods of time. It just means that there's a pattern that might need to be broken because uh, one, or if not both, or other people in this relationship may not be benefiting from the codependency, and has to be practiced, breaking away from that pattern. So that's what we'll be talking about in our next salon. I call it a salon because I want everybody to come and share and not feel encumbered, and feeling safe in the space. Salon and workshop to learn something new, potentially new in their journey with themselves and others. So, thank you, Catherine, for sharing this. You've been walking, taking walks, reading, working on creative, needlework projects. Still, I'm feeling unfocused and scattered. I understand. Um, well, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing some things, but I understand feeling scattered and unfocused. Also, I don't have, I don't know. I've offered what I have done, and sometimes it just takes time to focus, especially if there's a myriad of things going on um, in your life. And it may take time to blow over this unfocusedness and the scattered mind. I was just talking with someone about what a split mind is, and women go through this very young, when we're younger, when we are either taking care of others, taking care of our children, working, doing all kinds of things, and sometimes we just need to, um, you know, with all of that comes this split mind. And I worked for a woman who let me know about what a split mind was. When she hired me, I had a 2 year old. Yeah, I had a 2 year old, and I was working, and she let me know that I was going to have to work long hours with her because she had long hours. And she says, I understand, however, the split mind of a woman and of a mother. And at the time, of course, I was married. But she let me know that I would have to take some time away, find a place that you can go away for yourself, to collect yourself. And that helped me. That helped me quite a bit. And I would find myself taking long drives when I needed to, let my husband know I need a break. So that's what helped me. It's almost like taking a retreat, retreating from what isn't serving you if it is exterior, but interiorly, sometimes you just may need to be in a different place so that you can grab your thoughts and try to focus. It's difficult to know what will work for you until you give it a try. And with all that is swirling in our world, and then in our individual spaces, we need to try to be as focused as possible in order to continue living the life that we want. Um, so the walking, I I the other day decided what I needed was a massage, and luckily I have someone who um, can provide a massage to me. A very great massage for little of anything. Um, but my body needed work, and it was different parts of the body that I experienced some aggravation, some soreness in, and everything is connected in our bodies. So if one thing is off, something else is off. And I realized that it was my hips. My hips are sore, but the hips were also causing problems in my shoulders. So yeah, it was an interesting thing, and everything is connected. The shoulders, the hips, how we move our shoulders and our hips. There's a lot of things that we don't know. So that can cause, um, pain, but also there's this mind body connection that sometimes we need body work to help us get back to the place that we need to be, the equilibrium, the harmonious um, nature of our body and our mind needs to work together. Whether that's the answer or not, I don't know for individuals, but generally speaking, sometimes we have to kind of focus in on the body and the mind together. What is causing all of it? It's a holistic method of thinking about ourselves. Yes. And Abba shares, thank you. All of my practices have been laxed in recent months. Grateful for this anchoring practice. Yes. Well, yes. And when you're traveling, um, yeah, you're practicing learning. You're practicing exploration. You're practicing newness, right? Acceptance of new things. Um, and yeah, so things are going to kind of fall off. So that's great that you are. I'm grateful that you are grateful to getting back to anchor this anchoring practice. Yeah. So I have had questions for you. I'm glad that you were able to share, Catherine and Abba, about what's going on in your worlds. Um, I have my Ask book here. It's interesting that the page for today, this is my Ask book. You can't really see the word ask on here, it's right there. It's a journal with prompts in it. And today's prompt really is, how have you been managing your time? Right? Um, and what are you spending too much time on? Right? And the next question is, and what would you actually love to give more of your attention to? So there are 3 questions here, and they may or may not help with anxiety, with the scattered mind, with focus, right? With priority setting. And I I just saw that. I saw, that page is blank. This is a page that I've been writing on. Then I saw this page, which is the next page um, for me to write on. So, yeah, how have you been managing your time? What are you spending too much time on? And what would you actually love to give more of your attention to? And I shared with, I don't know who it was, share a lot of stuff. I shared about time and that yeah, I was a little concerned and not focused on my writing, what I consider to be, hardcore, nose to the ground, writing, producing, getting stuff done. And it's because I filled myself up, filled up the time. And I'm not seeing, um, I'm not doing the things that really matter to me. I'm filling up time by doing a lot of different things, but not focusing. So I consider this not to be wasted time, but I'm not managing. I'm not being succinct. I'm not calendaring things really well. I just, today, um, put in the description box the registration for our salon meeting, right? I should have done, I was supposed to do that on Friday, Thursday or Friday, and I didn't. So, and then on Saturday, I was trying to complete some writing for my writing group. And then Sunday, the same thing. I had to write 2 major things. Yesterday, I actually had to submit something for a fellowship. I got it all done, but it took focus, it took time. And I just completed putting a link together for registration for our salon. So I won't say that I am not managing well. I'm just not managing the way in which I would like to. Because and I want to do better. So my answer to the first question. How are you managing your time? And what are you spending too much time on? Um Sometimes I spend a lot of time in rest, and it might be too much for me. When I say rest, like literally taking a nap, I sit still quite often. um, I um, I won't say I'm walking too much. I won't say that because that's really good exercise and I think a form of rest. But I kind of like don't do anything. And it's because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, and it's not like I actually feel good not doing anything. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. And what would you actually love to give more of your attention to? Yeah, I'd have to really think about that. Um, when you don't have time, what I'm realizing is that after you've worked so much for so many years and you've done all the things in your general life, and then you decide you're going to retire and um, try to do new things. Sometimes you just don't want to do anything. But I do want to give more of my time to exploration. And what I've come up with is that I can explore now with the time that I have, as well as write anywhere I want to. Um, but so I have to organize that. I have to organize that. And sometimes people don't want to organize anything after they've been doing so much for so long, wearing so many hats. So I think I'm still getting used to just like taking it easy because I hadn't done that for years and years and years. And I like it. I really do like taking it easy. So the questions for today, I'm asking, how have you been managing your time? What are you spending too much time on? If that is the case, too much. That's, you know, or what are you spending your time on? And what would you actually love to give more of your attention to? Yeah, yeah. So those are the questions for the day. All right, Crazy Horse, thank you. I have spent a lot of time healing. However, I will have to go back to work soon. I will need to protect my peace to survive. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad that you were able to spend a lot of time healing and that you did, in fact, take the time to heal. And hopefully, it is my wish and my prayer that you continue with your wellness practice, your healing practice or practices, and protect yourself in that space when you go back to work. Yeah, awesome. Crazy Horse, Crazy Horse's daughter. Thank you for sharing that. Um, let's see. Marva, I feel it's okay to relax and not do anything at times. Some days I'm so busy doing everything, I feel that I deserve the not doing anything days. Yes, I'm retired, so why not? Absolutely. Yes. And I like that because we can design whatever we want to do. It's still a part of living is to relax and retreat from that that hustling. Um, yeah, um, I I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. It is okay to relax, and I feel good doing it. I relax by reading books. I bought some books recently, and I'm loving reading them. I was turned on to a new book, and I can get it through a ebook site that I really am enjoying, and that's a good book. I started a really crazy, weird book that I didn't think that I was going to like, and I'm loving it. And so that's relaxation to me. And it's actually helping me to learn more about the writing process and the writing for readers, because that's what I'm learning, the craft of writing. And so I get excited about reading something new and different people's uh, boldness in their writing, which I want to capture a lot of. Sometimes I believe I look at my stuff and it's very passive, it's not bold. Um, yeah, that would grab attention. A bold thought. It's kind of quiet. My thoughts are quietly written. So I'm learning and I'm relaxing while I'm doing it. So it's a good thing. Thank you for sharing that, Barbara. Appreciate you. And Catherine says, I would like to spend time traveling. And I want that for you. I really want that for you, Catherine. We're gonna we're gonna hold you up. We're gonna inspire you and motivate you to get to get organized, get focused on your travels. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I wanted to call your attention to the description box, which has all my information. If you're someone new and doesn't know who Kathy Hampton is from Wellness and Healing Practices 50 plus, and 50 plus is the mature woman who's 50 years mature. There's a box that has about me. It has a website. It has a link for coaching if you're interested in receiving a clarity call for coaching. Also, the new um, date for it's not a new date, it's the announced date for our salon and workshop and salon on codependency. And it's actually living and loving, all right, living life free of codependency. And we'll be talking about that. And that is at no cost. It isn't active yet. I put it in. It doesn't. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Buy me a coffee link isn't active. Oh, man. Every time I put it in there, for some reason, it doesn't stay active. So I tried it again. But thank you, Catherine. I'll get that. Buy me a coffee. I would love for you all to buy me a coffee. Um, um, so thank you. I'll get that in there soon. Abba says, I heard someone say they do one thing a day since they retired, and I've adopted that. I remind myself when my life demands more than I'm comfortable dealing with. Absolutely. Yes, one thing a day. Absolutely. That is great. Yeah, you don't have to do so much, right? I exhausted myself a few weeks ago. It was April 8th. It was April 8th, and I had to do one big important thing, and it was a day that I did not have the journal with me sessions. I had to go to an appointment an hour away. So that was an hour going and an hour coming back. And the weather was cold where I was, but where I was going, it was hot. So I was overdressed. I was hungry and I was trying to find food. But then I ate, found something, and had to get back on the train, come back an hour later. I was then invited to kind of celebrate the fact that I had this appointment for my residency. And so I went out for dinner and drinks and walked all back and forth all over. And I'm telling you, I had to recuperate from all of that. It was just too much for me. And that's when I started thinking that all I needed to do was that one thing, really. So, Abba, I totally get it. If I can just do one thing, like today, I've been indoors, but I wrote down what I will do today. Um, in this ask book, it asks you, what are your intentions for today? Right? What are your intentions for today? And that's why it's really good to set intentions for yourself, for the moment, but for the day, maybe. And so I wrote What I did write down for writing, which I've done, and I put a good lunch and a good walk. Those are three things. But I think that I can do those things within the course of the day, right? But the other stuff, if I could just, I did one of them already. Um, and I'm happy with that. But I'm excited to go for a good lunch because I don't want to cook for myself for lunch. And I want to go for a good walk because it's very sunny here and I want to be in the sun. So, yeah, be comfortable. Be comfortable with all that you're dealing with. Very good. Good advice. Thanks, Abba, for that. Thank you all for sharing today. I appreciate that. It's good to be in community and know how people are doing, and also how other people can learn from one another, right? How other people are learning from one another. I appreciate you being here today. I'll be back here on Thursday for more journaling and more community talk. Um, and I'm going to try to get my buy me a coffee link activated so that you all can help contribute to my coffee, which is actually um, helping me to uh, pay for some of the services I use for this channel. I appreciate you so much. So, and if you are on my email list, you should be receiving in the next probably 5 to 10 minutes the registration also coming to you in a email blast. All right. So have a great day. Spend time relaxing, focusing in on what means most to you, what's most important to you, um, and keep practicing um, care for yourself. And I will see you back on Thursday. It's been great spending time with you. Much love to you. Okay. See you later.